A body buried, a death certificate issued. Only problem, that person was not dead. She was alive and well. So the question is, who did they bury? Thought the body was that of a female, but stated identification was very difficult. We would later uncover the ME's office did not do the proper testing of the remains.
I believe he's innocent too.
The complaint says blood found in the rear cargo area of the Toyota RAV4 was analyzed and found to match DNA on a Wild Cherry Pepsi can recovered from the front console of the SUV. Analysts found both DNA samples originate from the same woman, investigators believe to be Teresa Halbach. A forensic anthropologist identified the bone fragments as human and belonging to just one person. Based on the characteristics of a recovered pelvic bone, the bones are believed to be from an adult human female. The teeth were also identified as human.
If you look at this case, if Mr. Avery is convicted of it, I guess, you can look at the other side of that where if he wouldn't have been released, Miss Halbach would still most likely be here.
And then you start thinking to yourself, boy, maybe it was good he was in all that time. As unjust as it was, if he did this.
I think it's very sad that he was allowed out of prison, because I would say people like Lori Deppis and other people that have disappeared, I would continue to search his property in case, if this is the heart of this man, he was capable of committing other murders.
But again, I want to emphasize that the investigation revolves around one victim in this case, and that's Teresa Halbach.
You said yesterday and earlier in the week there's only one victim in this case. Can you explain what you said?
There is only one victim in this matter, and that is Teresa Halbach. She is the individual who lost her life, and that is the one and only victim in this matter.
And though the sheriff makes it clear the one victim in this case is Teresa Halbach, when asked if investigators on the property could also be finding evidence of other crimes, he responds,
I do not wish to divulge that information at this time.
Did you, what did you all tell Blaine about this? Because Blaine is, Mark and I have both heard from a pretty good source that Blaine is kind of hurting right now, kind of like you were. Depressed.
Losing
weight, stuff like that. Something's bothering him.
Who's all involved, Brendan? Look at me first, too. Just look at me and tell me who's all involved.
Just me and Stephen.
Just you and Stephen. And you and Stephen both were involved in killing her? Did Steve ever tell you that he killed anybody else?
No.
Sure. Did he talk about things like that a lot?
No.
So here's a twist in the case. A few years later, a family was looking for their missing brother. Neighbors said, yeah, we remember Stephen. Reported a body was buried, identified as a woman, but was really a man. Come to find out.
According to her notes, she's apparently alive and well, living.
Tonight, a mistake unlike any other we have reported.
Suspect's mother's home in northwestern Clark County. According to court documents, they found a burn pile they believe Sean used to destroy evidence of the crime. In that burn pile, they found what a well-respected forensic anthropologist determined were fetal remains.
Initial DNA tests done at the state crime lab were inconclusive, so the remains were sent to the FBI, which has more sophisticated DNA testing equipment.
Hello? What are you doing? What the hell are you doing? Talking to you? Mexico, that's where I want him to call. To see if she went out of the state. You check those airports. Yeah. Because she always went out of state and she wanted to go to be her own, on her own. Yeah. She got paid off maybe.
So if I mention it,
a death certificate issued. Only problem, that person was not dead. She was alive and well.
Unfortunately, Teresa Halbach is deceased. Her bone fragments were found. They were introduced into evidence. She is deceased, and for somebody to sort of be so light about that is really disrespectful, I think, to the victim's family.
Breaking news on the murder of Teresa Halbach. The FBI now confirms it was her remains found on Stephen Avery's property. Stephen Avery is no longer in the Brown County Jail. Avery's attorney said he doesn't know where Stephen Avery is, but says Avery is undergoing some type of medical treatment. Family members we asked about Avery's condition told us they didn't know what was going on.
Because that would be one big mess if it wasn't her. But no, I'm thankful that they have said it was her, because now, there's no doubt.